So I'm kind of feeling a little shitty today, but that isn't going to stop me from working on this car. As you can tell in my voice, it's pretty scratchy, and anyway, I didn't have a good night's sleep. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start pulling the body off of this frame. What we're going to do is, before I forget it, we're going to undo the brake caliper, and we're going to undo the steering. And then I'm going to pull the car back, and I'm going to lift the car up by the frame. And then once it's lifted by the frame, I'm going to go through and I'm going to undo every bolt that I think will hold the body to the frame. And then I will take my hoist and just put it on the pinch welds of the car and just lift the body and leave the frame on the ground. I'll lift the body as high as I can, and that will give me free range to work on the frame. And we'll start working on that. So let's get started on this. So now that we got it up, you can really start to see how clean this thing is here on the bottom. Like, yeah, you got some surface flake in here, but that's not too bad. See, that's the one thing I really like when you buy a car from a derby guy. Yes, you're going to be paying a little bit more when you buy it from a derby guy, but when you buy it from a derby guy, they kind of know what to look for. Like, this frame is in very good condition. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be removed off of it still, but you know what? The frame is in good condition, and you know what? Sometimes I don't mind paying that little bit more, knowing, like, yeah, she's a little flaky, but you know what? I know that this frame is in great condition. So, you know what? I'm not upset about this quality of the frame. This is exactly everything that I was hoping for. So, there's a couple things that I'm missing that I would like. Gonna contact the guy I bought it off and see if I can get a rear drive shaft for it and a transmission cross member, because I bet you he has these things and he just kind of took them out and threw them somewhere and forgot about them. But you know what, overall it's a very, very clean car. As you guys can see, even the rear frame rails, she's a little bit flaky, but realistically everything inside there is good. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go through and we're going to remove all these body mounts, as you can see them. And we're just going to take them right out, because we're actually going to replace them all with 3/4 threaded rod. So by replacing these with 3/4 threaded rod and some big washers, it will actually help the body stay onto the frame. And helping the body stay onto the frame is going to help this car last longer. So what we have is we have 4 at the back. We have 1 right here that's right in front of the rear tire. And then we have 1 right there, which is underneath the driver and passenger seat. And then we should have 2, I believe, up here. So there's 1 and there's 2. And then at the front, you just have the rad cable, which is missing. So you're talking 10 bolts, 5 per side. So let's get started on that. So now that all the body mounts are out, what we're going to do is we're going to lower the car down, and then we're going to attempt to lift the body off. And I'll show you a quick trick to learn how to do that different so that you do not struggle. So the secret is a lot of times people try to lift these cars off by the rocker panels, which ends up just damaging the rocker panels, and then you have to bend down real low and try to find a way to get in there and not get the frame. The secret is just put your hoist arms through the windows. So that way there, you don't have to bend down, you don't have to worry about catching the frame, and you lift by the actual roof. So you will not damage the rocker panels, because the rocker panels are actually a pretty strong part of the car that helps reinforce it. The roof is as well, but you're not going to bend the roof. But we have a problem. These 2 windows are in and there's no battery and no wiring to them, so Now the windows are not in the way, so now we can just push this car ahead and stick the hoist arms through the windows. Well, it turns out I forgot 2 body mounts. I always forget them. They're actually right above the rear axle, and they're kind of tucked away, so I guess I'm going to have to get the creeper and go underneath there, because I just tried lifting and the frame came up with, so let me just get these bolts out. So let's try this again. Body's still coming with, but I think that's just the rear bumper. Yeah, I think that's just the rear bumper. Yeah, she's free. So as you can see, this thing here now is off the body. I was a little concerned about the steering, but that fell right off. We do have a little bit of electrical back here holding us down, so we'll just go in there with a pair of wire cutters and cut that. So now this hoist is as high as it can go, which this does not give me any room to work on this car. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide steel across the frame and then come back in with the hoist and pick off the actual rockers now that the body's free. But as you can see, it's only 6 bolts. I was wrong, I said 5. It's actually 4, it's 7. I miscounted again. 7 bolts per side, so a total of 14 bolts, and you can remove the actual whole body off the car. So let's get this thing up to a nice working height and go from there. Oh shit, I'm bleeding pretty good. Oh fuck. Alright, I'm gonna go assess my bloody hand and see where we go from there. And that, my friend, is how you can remove a body off of a Crown Vic. Now, there's many other options. You do not need to actually remove the whole body. How I did the GM is I undid every single body mount except for the very, very back body mount. And then what I did was I put a jack and I just jacked up on the rocker panels, because when I did the 73 Cadillac, I did not have the hoist. I jacked up the body mounts and I stuffed like 8x8 wooden blocks between the frame and the body rails and slid them back to about right there, so that up here the body had to be almost 1.5 feet off the frame. So there is plenty of ways to do this. You do not need to remove the body fully from the frame. So this is just how I'm doing it, because I can. So if you guys want to do it a different way, it is very easy to remove a body from the frame to do the work that you want to do to it. So now that that's off, I'm going to call this a video, and I'll get started on doing looking at the tilting procedures for this. So, you know what? Been a good day so far, and I'm going to continue. But that's how you remove the body. So this is Project Burn Barrel, body removed.